ఎందుకు కాదు ఓహో
తిరుపతిరావు
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్.
ఇంతేనా వచ్చేది?
వస్తారు సార్ అందరూ కొంచెం వస్తారు సార్ అందువే.
1 minute లో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తా.
ఓకే సార్. సార్ ఇంకా స్టార్ట్ చేయండి.
ఇది ఇంట్లో కూర్చుంటే బాధలా
కిరణ్ సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే. Good morning to one and all. I am R. Vikiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Chevrolet Engineering College. Today, in this class, I am going to explain the second part of matrix resins. So, in the earlier class, we have discussed about some of the concepts in matrix resins, and today I am going to explain the remaining topics. And this is my 8th class regarding to the advanced materials subject. In early class, we have discussed about what is a polymer, what are polymer matrix composites, what are the reinforcement and matrix, what is the classification of polymers, molecular chain configurations, polymerization, and thermoplastics. So in this class, we are going to discuss about the thermosetting resins. So this is the second type of matrix resins. So from the matrix classification, we are going to discuss the thermosettings resins, which is one of the part of polymer matrix composites. So in the thermosetting resins, the molecules in the polymer are cross-linked in the form of a network. So you can see the cross-linked molecules in the picture here. These are cross-linked to each other. So the molecules are formed like a chain-like arrangement, and they have a fixed links. So there you can see the fixed links here. This is also known as network polymers also. So these are also known as network polymers. So they do not soften on heating. Generally, in the earlier class we have seen about the thermoplastics. When they are heated, they become soft and melted to the liquid state. But when coming to the thermosetting resins, they do not soften on heating, and these such type of polymers are called as thermosetting polymers. So these polymers are called as thermosetting polymers. Next, why we are using these cross links in the thermosetting resins? So the cross links are formed by a fixed molecule in each and every segment of the resin. So in each and every segment of the resin, there is a fixed bond. So here you can see the fixed bond here. So this is a fixed bond, and this is a fixed bond here. So there are different types of fixed bonds in this chain type arrangement and this crossed link arrangement. So by breaking these fixed links, we cannot arrange any type of molecules, and we cannot arrange any cross-linked sections. So there are fixed bonds which do not break. సో ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ బాండ్స్ కానీ బ్రేక్ అయిపోతేనమ్మా మనకి రీసైక్లింగ్ కి యూస్ అవ్వదు. సో అందుకనే మనకి థర్మోసెట్టింగ్ రెజిన్స్ అనేవి రీసైకిల్ పర్పస్ లో యూజ్ చేయలేము, రీసైక్లింగ్ కి యూజ్ చేయలేము అనమాట. కానీ థర్మోప్లాస్టిక్స్ కి వచ్చేసరికి మనకి రీసైకిల్డ్ పర్పస్ లో యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్, థర్మోసెట్టింగ్స్ ఆర్ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ రెజిన్స్ ప్లస్ hardened links, that is the cross links, and these are also called as network polymers. So coming to the hardness, it is somewhat harder than the thermoplastic resins. So it is higher in hardness than the thermoplastic resins. So this is the introduction of the thermosetting resins. So thermosetting resins are the molecules in the polymers are cross-linked section in the form of a network, and these polymers are do not soften on heating, and these contains cross links. So this is the main points regarding to the thermosetting resins. Next, the cross links formed during the polymerization of the liquid resins are harder. So the structure is always amorphous. So amorphous means amorphous solids. So we have already discussed in the earlier class that the thermoplastics are semi-crystalline structure. So in the solid solution, it is semi-crystalline structure and also amorphous. But the cross links during the polymerization of the liquid resin are amorphous only. So the solid solution is amorphous state only in the thermosetting resins. So you can see it in the picture. A polymer chain is formed with a cross-linked section. So a polymer chain is formed with a cross-linked section. When you are heating also, there is no change in the structure. So when you are heated, there is no change in the structure because there is no soften on heating. It does not soften on heating. So there is no change on heating also. Next, these thermosettings have the extensive cross-linking structure, that is you can see in the picture. Then these strong covalent bonds between the polymer chains cannot be easily broken. So the strong covalent bonds is known as fixed links. So it does not easily broken, and this polymer keeps shape on heating. So the same shape can be kept on the heating also. Next, these extensive cross-linked formed by covalent bonds only, and these bonds prevent in the chains moving relative to each other. So these bonds can be relative to each other with a minimum distance of distinctive molecules. Next one, coming to the glass transition temperature. So we can call shortly it as TG, glass transition temperature. So this is the temperature range where a thermosetting polymer changes from a hard, rigid or glossy state to a more pliable, compliant or rubbery state. So that is, it combines to form an elastic nature. So generally it forms a hard and rigid nature in the original, but when it is heated, so when it is heated, the elastic nature in the material comes to the rubbery state. So in the below graph you can see about the heat versus temperature plot for an crystalline polymer and an amorphous polymer. So first one is the crystalline polymer and second one is the amorphous polymer. So first, in the first graph you can see the graph for heat and temperature. Here when the heat is increased, the temperature also increased with compared to heat, and at the melting temperature it becomes constant and heat is increased. Then again temperature is increased with compared to the heat also. So that is the melting temperature is in between the two flat curves, that is two constant curves. But when coming to the amorphous polymer, when the heat is when the temperature is increased, the heat also increased regarding to the temperature, and the point of changing the transition temperature is known as glass transition temperature. So the glass transition temperature is occurred between the transition time, that is from the hard, rigid or glossy state to the rubbery state. So that is in the amorphous polymer. But these crystalline polymers can seen in the these crystalline polymers can be seen in the thermoplastics only, but these amorphous polymers can be seen in the thermosetting resins. So that is the basic difference between these two type of polymers. First one is the crystalline, second one is the amorphous polymers. Next, coming to the thermosetting types, some of the basic examples of the thermosetting types. First one is the epoxy, second one polyester resins, third one phenolics, fourth one vinyl esters, fifth one cyanide esters, and last one is the polyamide. So these are the generally used thermosetting types, that is the basic examples for the thermosetting types. So this is the first one, that is the epoxy. So generally epoxy is a polymer that contain an epoxide group in its chemical structure. So the epoxide groups comes with a hexagonal close packed structure, that is you can see it in the below picture, H3C, that is CH3. So that is the epoxide group in its chemical structures. Then also These epoxy resins may be reacted either with themselves through the catalyst or wide range of reactants. Generally, a catalyst is used to decompose the chemical reactions while forming a bond, but in the homopolymerizations also catalysts can be directly imposed into the structure. Here we are taking an example DGEBA, that is diglycyl ether of bisphenol A. So bisphenol A is the component here. Diglycyl ether is the major component. So you can see it in the picture. There is a red marks. So red circles are using there. So these red circles are the fixed bonds. So these red circles are the fixed bonds in each and every structure. So first one is a triangle structure, and then going to it there is a linked structure, that is a cross linked structure to the hexagonal, and then to a cross linked and to a triangle shape. So these are formed in between the fixed bonds only between the crossed links. ప్రకాష్ వచ్చాడా? ప్రకాష్
రాలేదు సార్, తన పని ఉందంట.
పని ఉందంటున్నారు. సరే అటెండెన్స్ తీసి గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టమ్మా, స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసి.
నీకు పంపమంటారా లేకపోతే
లేదు లేదు, గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టేసా డైరెక్ట్ గా. మీ గ్రూప్ ఉందిగా, 4th ఇయర్ గ్రూప్, దాంట్లో పెట్టేసి మీ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ చూసుకుంటారు.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే. So next one, this is the epoxy form and this is the DGBA structure, but this is the epoxy form. So these epoxy form are combined to form a bonds, that is the, you can see it is a carbon and it makes an another carbon bond, then to an oxygen bond. So these are all formed to combine a structure that is known as epoxide group. So these contain epoxide groups, and the basic characteristics for the epoxy resin are it is reasonably stable to chemical attacks, that is the chemical reactions imposed in the solid solutions. It is reasonably stable, it does not react much more. It also serves up to temperature of 140 degrees centigrade. So coming to the polymers, it is very good temperature. So these can serve up to temperature of 140 degrees. Last one is the slow shrinkage during curing. So curing అంటే ఆరిపోవటం అమ్మ. సో మనం ఏదైనా మోల్టన్ మెటల్ ని హీట్ చేసి దాన్ని మళ్ళీ ఏదైనా డైలో కానీ లేకపోతే వేరే ఫామ్ లోకి చేంజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు రూమ్ టెంపరేచర్ లో ఆరబెడతాం, దాన్ని క్యూరింగ్ అంటాం దాన్ని. సో ష్రింకేజ్ అనేది చాలా తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. మీకు ఇవన్నీ కూడా ప్రొడక్షన్ టెక్నాలజీలో వచ్చుంటాయి, పీటీలో వచ్చుంటాయి. సో ప్రొడక్షన్ టెక్నాలజీలో ప్యాటర్న్స్ లో మనం ఈ మోల్టన్ మెటల్ కానీ ఏదైనా పోసినప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే ష్రింకేజ్ అనేది అవుతుంటది అనమాట. సో టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ లో వస్తాయి మీకు ష్రింకేజ్, టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ అలవెన్సెస్ లో వస్తాయి. టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాటర్న్ అలవెన్సెస్, ష్రింకేజ్ అలవెన్స్ లో వచ్చింది ఇది మీకు. సో ష్రింకేజ్ అనేది అంటే కృంగిపోవటం, మనకి ష్రింక్ అయిద్దా అంటున్నాం కదా. సో మనకి ఈ టెక్స్టైల్స్ లో కూడా, సో క్లాత్స్ లో కూడా మనకి ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి లిక్విడ్ తగులుతుందో అంటే వాటర్ అనేది తగులుతుందో కొంచెం కొన్ని క్లాత్స్ ఏంటంటే మనకి ష్రింక్ అవుతాయి అనమాట. అంటే ఒరిజినల్ షేప్ నుంచి కూడా తగ్గిపోద్ది దానికి స్ట్రక్చర్, దాన్ని ష్రింకేజ్ అంటున్నామమ్మా. సో ఇట్ హ్యాస్ స్లో ష్రింకేజ్ డ్యూరింగ్ curing also. So in the curing also it has slow shrinkage. So this is all about the epoxy group. Next one is the polyesters. So these polyesters are a condensation reaction between the glycol and an unsaturated dibasic acid results in the polyester. So these polyesters are formed by chemical reaction between the glycol and dibasic acid. So these are the two characters to form a polyester. This also contains a double bond, that is carbon bond between its carbon atoms. So you can see the carbon double bond here. The example for the polyesters is polyethylene terephthalate. So this is the basic example used for the polyesters, that is polyethylene terephthalate. So you can see the polyester structure here. So polyethylene terephthalate, you can see the structure. We can use it in the polyester group, but also it can form n number of bonds. So n means we can form any number of bonds there between the two atoms. Then the basic characteristics of the polyesters are, it is very cheap compared to the other thermosetting resins. So comparing to the other thermosetting resins, it is basically cheap. It also offers excellent corrosion resistance. So we have already discussed about the corrosion resistance property. So it offers excellent corrosion resistance. So all the polymer matrix composites are basically corrosion resistance only. So మీకు తెలుసు ఆల్రెడీ ప్లాస్టిక్స్ కి దాదాపు అసలు తుప్పు పట్టే ఛాన్సే ఉండదు మనకి, అంతే కదా. ప్లాస్టిక్స్ కానీ క్యారీ బ్యాగ్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉంటాయి మనకి. సో వాటికి ఏంటంటే అసలు ఈ తుప్పు పట్టే ఛాన్స్ అనేది చాలా తక్కువ. సో మెటల్స్ కి మనకి వేరే మెటీరియల్స్ కానీ తుప్పు పట్టే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, కానీ సో పాలిమర్స్ అంటే ప్లాస్టిక్స్ వీటిలోకి వచ్చేసరికి తుప్పు పట్టే ఛాన్స్ చాలా తక్కువ. సో ఇట్ ఆఫర్స్ గుడ్ corrosion resistance. Next one is the resistance to the variety of chemicals. So it offers resistance to variety of chemicals also. So we have already studied in the epoxy resin, it does not react over chemicals. So in this resin also it resistance to the variety of chemicals. Next one, it has adequate moisture resistance. And last one is it is used up to 75 degrees centigrade. So it is somewhat less than the epoxy. So epoxy is basically up to 140 degrees centigrade, but polyester is only 75 degrees centigrade only. So it is somewhat less than the epoxy group. So this is all about polyesters. Next one is the phenolics. Third one is the phenolics, and these phenolics are formed by the reaction of carbolic acid, that is known as phenol, and formaldehyde. So this is the two components which is used for the mixture of phenolics, that is the carbolic acid and formaldehyde. So the other name for the carbolic acid is phenol. And these two components are catalyzed by an acid or base. So in the chemistry subject you can all see about the acids and bases. There you can study about that. So all the students should aware of that acids and bases. So these are catalyzed by an acid or base. And these phenolics are generally dark in color. So because they contains the material which is of darkish in color. So you can see the basic structure of the phenolics on the right side of the picture. So that is the OH component, that is hydroxyl component, which is of hexagonal structure. So hexagonal close packed structure is obtained in the phenolics, which is very dark in color. So that is the hydroxy component. Next, coming to the characteristics of these phenolics, it offers high temperature resistance. So which is a basic component, that is which offers a high temperature resistance. And next one is the, it has good electrical property. So that is good electrical transmission of the properties also. Next one, it has good wear resistance. So it is a good property compared to the other properties. Good wear resistance is a very good property comparing to the other properties, because when we get the wear resistance, the maintenance coming to the part is very low. So it is a good characteristic. And last one is the chemical resistance and dimensional stability. So these phenolics gets very good dimensional stability and chemical resistance over the other components. So other components, and a catalyst is used by an acid or base. So by using catalyst, we can get these chemical resistance containing to the molecules carbolic acid and formaldehyde. So this is all about the phenolics. ఈ కండిషన్స్ అన్ని అమ్మ మీరు క్వశ్చన్స్ లో అడిగినప్పుడు, మ్యాట్రిక్స్ రెజిన్స్ లో థర్మోసెట్టింగ్ రెజిన్స్ అడిగినప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ అన్నమాట. సో ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ కింద మీరు క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లో రాసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఫెనాలిక్స్ కానీ, ఎపాక్సీ కానీ, పాలిస్టర్స్ కానీ, ఇవన్నీ కూడా బేసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్. సో 3 ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను 6 లో. పాలిస్టర్, రెజిన్స్, ఎపాక్సీ, ఫెనాలిక్స్ ని చేశాను. సో 3 సరిపోతాయి మనకి ఎగ్జామ్ లో. Next one, basic difference and basic some of the basic properties of the selected thermosetting resins here. So it is typically unfilled thermosetting resin properties. Coming to the first one, resin material. So it is a resin material there. So resin material we are taking epoxy, phenolics and polyesters. So these 3 are explained in the before slides. Next one is the density property, tensile modulus, and last one is the tensile strength. So coming to the density, that is the weight. So all these 3 have the same type of density, that is 1.2 to 1.4 grams per centimeter cube, which is very less than the other materials. So phenolics also gets 1.2 to 1.4, but polyester contains 1.1, which is a very minute difference. Coming to the tensile modulus, this polyester gets 1.6, so it is a very less in tensile modulus structure. So highest is the phenolics. Phenolics gets very high, that is 2.7 to 4.1, but the highest rate is 4.1 only. But epoxy gets up to 5%, so that is 5 gigapascals. So 5 gigapascals tensile modulus. Next, coming to the last one, tensile strength. So the tensile strength of the phenolics and polyesters are somewhat very less than the epoxy group. So epoxy group is 50 to 110 megapascals, but phenolics and polyesters are 35 to 60 and 35 to 95 respectively. So these are the some of the distinguished properties of the thermosetting resins, So that is all the resin materials are very close in the thermo properties and very equal in property structure. Next one is the role of matrix. In a composite material, the matrix material serves the following functions. Generally, the matrix functions are, first one is the holds the fibers together. So the matrix function is to hold the fibers together, that is the reinforcements. Next one, second one is the protects the fiber from environment. So when we are using the matrix as the shield and this protects the fibers from the environmental and temperature. Next one, distributes the loads evenly between fibers so that all fibers are subjected to the same amount of strain. So while distributing these loads evenly, it forms a good matrix and it forms a good material property. And next one, enhances transverse properties of a laminate. So what is a laminate? So we have already discussed in the earlier classes in the structural properties. So laminate means different layers. So it also enhances the transverse properties of a laminate. Transverse means the vertical axis property of a lamina. It also improves the impact and fracture resistance of a component. So these matrix also improves the impact and fracture resistance of a component. So by reducing these fracture resistance, we are getting very high quality products there without a failure. Next one, avoid propagation of crack growth and by providing alternative path for the failure. So it also avoids the propagation of the crack growth. So by avoiding this propagation of crack growth, this can provide the alternative path for the failure also. And last one is the interlaminar shear, carries this interlaminar shear. Interlaminar shear means the property is in between the two lamina, that is two layers. So that is on the parallel layers or perpendicular layers, we can carry this interlaminar structure. So that is carry interlaminar shear structure. So this is the last role of the matrix. Next one is the desired properties of a matrix. So this is the last slide for the thermosetting resins. That is the desired properties. So what are the desired properties we use to get in a matrix? So first one is the reduced moisture absorption. So moisture which is absorbed by the matrix is very low. It is to be very low. Next one is the low shrinkage. So we have already discussed about the low shrinkage in the epoxy group, that so it should somewhat less in the shrinkage element. So when the material is shrinking, the design factor of the product should be collapsed there. So the design factor in the design will be changed. సో డిజైన్ ఏమైపోద్ది అంటే చేంజ్ అయిపోద్దాం. సో ఒరిజినల్ మెటీరియల్ కి తర్వాత ష్రింక్ అండ్ మెటీరియల్ కి డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటది కాబట్టి మనకి ఆ డిజైన్ అనేది కొలాప్స్ అయిపోద్ది అనమాట మనకి. సో డిజైన్ అనేది చేంజ్ అయిపోద్ది. సో డిజైన్ చేంజ్ అయిపోయినప్పుడు ఏమైపోద్ది అంటే మనకి సో ఈ మెటీరియల్స్ తోటి మనం కరెక్ట్ గా డిజైన్ చేసిన ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అనేవి మనం తీసుకోలేం. సో ఏదో జనరల్ గా స్మాల్ స్కేల్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ లో యూజ్ చేసే ప్రొడక్ట్స్ తయారు చేసుకోవచ్చు, కానీ మిగతా వాటిలో మాత్రం ఇవి చేయలేము అనమాట. డిజైన్డ్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అనేవి చేయలేం. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ బిట్వీన్ low shrinkage. Next one is the low coefficient of thermal expansion. So the thermal expansion between somewhat in the low coefficient, it has less coefficient. Next one, good flow characteristics, so that it penetrates the fiber bundles completely and eliminates voids during the compacting. సో మనకి మ్యాట్రిక్స్ లో ఏంటంటే ఎలాంటి వాయిడ్స్ అనేవి క్రియేట్ కాకూడదమ్మా. వాయిడ్స్ అంటే చిన్న చిన్న సాలిడ్ పార్టికల్స్ లాగా ఫామ్ అవుతాయి మనకి. సో సాలిడ్ పార్టికల్స్ ఫామ్ అవటం వల్ల ఏంటంటే ఎప్పుడైతే లోడ్స్ అనేవి డైరెక్ట్ ఇంపోజ్ అవుతాయో దాని మీద బ్రేక్ అయిపోవడానికి ఛాన్సెస్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాయి. సో ఆ వాయిడ్స్ లో ఏంటంటే మనకి లోపల ఇంటర్నల్ గా గ్యాసెస్ ఫామ్ అయిపోయి ఉంటాయి. సో ఒక వాటర్ బబుల్ ఎలా ఫామ్ అయి ఉంటుందో ఈ సాలిడ్స్ లో కూడా మనకి గ్యాస్ బబుల్స్ అనేవి అలా ఫామ్ అయి ఉంటాయి అనమాట. సో వాటిని వాయిడ్స్ అంటున్నారు. Next one, must be elastic to transfer loads to fibers. So this is a general property for the polymer matrix composites. The material should be elastic. So each and every material should be made of this elastic property only. Next one is the dimensional stability. So this is the main property of a matrix. So the dimensional stability should maintain its shape. And last one is it has good chemical resistance. Depending on the application also, it should get excellent chemical resistance. So these are the general desired properties of a matrix. So that is for the thermosetting resins as well as the thermoplastic resins. This is the desired property of a matrix. Thank you. So by this I can end the matrix resins here. So any doubts ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయమ్మా?
No, sir.